Welcome to the Authentic Goat Podcast. I'm your host, AG. Today, my guest is my good friend, my childhood friend, Adam Saucedo.
Yep.
My guy.
Adam. I go by Alan in Spanish though.
Alan.
I like Alan.
All right.
But Alan or Adam, either one.
I forgot to tell you this before, but those waves that you're seeing right there,
Yeah.
as long as you're in that range, you're good. But if you're below that, it's going to be hard to hear you.
Okay.
So just
keep it at that range right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that, like, on the last podcast with Alan, I'm pretty sure it was a little bit quiet at the end. I mean, you listened to it,
Yeah,
right?
I listened to it, but I don't remember because I was listening to it last week on my airplane.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, I listened to it twice.
Word, okay.
Because I was on the airplane.
Did you fall asleep?
Yeah, I fell asleep, bro.
I knew it.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
I knew
I
it.
fucking fell asleep.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, but, it's a part of the stress, I guess, of doing this. It's like, that's one thing that I forget. Like, even if you look now, like, I was too far away. Like, it's just a little annoying, things like
Yeah.
that. But it's nice to see you. I'm glad to have you here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited, bro, because I've been listening to the damn podcast every time it comes
Hella.
out, like right away.
I know, you always tell me.
Yeah, whether it be like I'm drunk or I'm high or something,
Yeah.
I'm always like, I gotta listen to it.
Under the influence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think my podcast is, like, easiest to listen to, I feel like, when you're doing something. Like, if you're, like, running
yeah.
or, like...
Yeah, I've done that too. Like when I go to the gym, I don't go to the gym a lot,
hmm
but I have listened to it like when I'm doing like the elliptical
Yeah, or, like,
or
at
the
work.
cardio. Yeah.
That's when I like listening to podcasts the most, is at work. Just because, like, you just have something playing in the background and you could pay attention to it while you're, doing whatever you're doing.
That is true, especially because like the past couple, I like learn a little bit.
Yeah, I
Like
love
from each
learning
person.
shit.
Like even Chase, like I grew up with him,
Mhm.
but like I still learned a little bit.
Yeah,
but
had
he's
some,
funny.
He had some funny stories.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, to be honest.
Stories to share.
Yeah.
About you guys. But yeah, let's get into you a little bit. So
Yeah.
right now, what's your current situation?
So right now I live in New Mexico.
Yeah. Whew.
But,
How was the weather over there?
bro, last fucking week? No, was it last week? No, it had been like a week and a half ago. I was in practice, which I'll get into it later. But it was like, did you taste it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's kind of strong, but that's just me. I don't drink a lot, so.
Okay, but anyways, last week it was like 73 degrees.
What?
Yeah,
73?
yeah, 73.
Oh, shit, wow.
Yeah, it's like warm. It's like
Yeah.
desert. It's all dirt. Literally no trees, but it was like warm.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's sick.
And then I come out here and I fly out here.
So cold.
Yeah, it's fucking cold as shit.
You see, next week it's supposed to be like 2 degrees is the low.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, how is that possible?
That
Like
sucks.
literally like last week I'm wearing shorts now, I shouldn't.
Mhm.
But like
But,
still
yeah.
like
Oh my God.
oh shit.
We're
I guess
used to it.
yeah, but over there it's like I don't wear jeans
Mm-hmm.
unless like I have to.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
But like right now I'm living in New Mexico.
Yeah. Why is that? Why are you living over there?
So I'm a graduate student.
Nice.
I'm studying for my master's for
Ooh.
counseling.
Okay.
I'm one more semester away though.
That's awesome, dude.
And then I'm licensed
Hell yeah.
as a counselor.
That's so sick. Like, you don't even seem like.
No,
Yeah,
cuz
right.
like cuz it's like I still have one more semester. And
Yeah.
the thing is,
Job's not done.
yeah, the job no, yeah, like I'm very focused, like I don't care, like I still got like one more fucking semester left.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll fucking partying and I'm done.
Celebrate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for like this period of time and then I'll go on.
Yeah.
But right now I'm at New Mexico State. It's in Las Cruces. I'm like 40 minutes from El Paso.
Okay.
The border, like Juarez is there. It's not that big of a city.
Yeah. What kind of shit you do over there?
Literally, I'm just a fucking student, man.
What?
Like I'm just super fucking focused.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
I don't go out. I don't like to like party. I
you
don't
play
really
ball a lot, or?
No, I don't ball, bro. Like
Okay.
it's literally like cuz I've been there for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
In May, it will be the second year cuz it's a graduate program. Typically graduate programs are 2 years.
All right.
So I have like literally one semester left. I'll complete the 2 years and then I'm going to leave there But I only went to New Mexico for that graduate program.
Okay.
That's the only reason why.
Really?
I would have never fucking gone there.
Yeah.
Like literally, like
it's not a good place to
no,
live.
like no one's moving there. You
Oh,
know what I
right.
mean? It's not like Idaho where
Yeah.
like Cali's coming over, fucking Washington people.
Nobody's moving out there.
No one's fucking moving out there. Like if you were born there, I don't want to say you're trapped because like, you know what I mean? Like
Everybody has an opportunity to.
yeah, people have
Yeah.
opportunities, but you're fucking trapped there.
Yeah.
Like in a, you know, it's just hard to make it out of there. Like the poverty, the homelessness.
Oof.
There's not a lot of like, the education's pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like dead last.
Oof.
Um,
Idaho's pretty low though too, right?
yeah, I was gonna say like we're low, but it's even lower over there. That's the
That's
thing.
crazy.
Yeah,
man.
but no, it's not a state that I would raise my family and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I'm only 23.
Yeah.
Like I'm young, cause you're 24, huh?
No, almost.
You're not 24 yet?
No, I'm about to be next weekend,
Oh,
the 17th. Yeah.
oh yeah, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a little kickback. Did I invite you to that?
No, I'm gonna show up anyways.
Oh, okay.
But no, but anyways, yeah, it's not like a state that it's a state that like, I guess for my age, like, fuck it, you know, I don't have a family, I don't have children, but like
Not ideal.
as a 30-year-old or something, hell no, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but I mean, I went there to do school, so I'm almost done.
You gotta just
So
stay
that's
focused.
that's the goal.
Okay.
I went there for school.
Are you coming back here after you graduate for a little bit, or
So
what's your?
that's the
what's your plan
fucking
there?
thing, man. Like, so I'm a student at New Mexico State. I'm a master's student, like I said. Currently, I'm looking into another program because the one I'm in right now is like it's counseling, but I also took a couple classes, for school counseling,
Okay.
but only in New Mexico
Where
because like
they don't transfer like that.
no, they don't like, because my program is literally counseling. It's
Specific?
not. Yeah, it's not school counseling. It's not school psychologist. It's school. It's literally counseling. But the thing is that in that state, they need counselors. So like in a way, you can. I don't want to say like cheat the process, but it makes it quicker.
There's a way to work it.
Yeah, like here in Idaho, you can't do that. Like you have to specifically go into that program,
Wow.
and it's
Is it
2
longer?
years.
Oh wait, so 2 more years after the masters?
No, like here, if you want to be a school counselor, it's 2 years.
Oh,
Over
okay.
there, I can be a school counselor at the same time that I'm doing my counseling
Word,
program.
that makes
I only had to
sense.
take like a couple credits more,
That makes sense.
but it doesn't transfer over because they need like school counselors.
Damn.
So it's like kind of a quicker way.
I have
in a way.
like desperation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that state needs it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's poverty. There's a lot of mental health.
So yeah, let's get into that.
So that's
How did
why-
you find yourself even interested in being a counselor?
So that's the thing. Well, I'll tie it back into like the program that I'm looking into later. But like mental health, it's interesting because like in today's world, especially today, man. Like everything is so much fucking money,
Yeah.
and everyone's stressing the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of depression. It's always been like that, but even now, like
I think we just see it more. It's more
Yeah.
obvious. It's more in our face.
That is true.
That wage gap is way more apparent in our everyday life.
But anyways, like mental health, like I don't know. I think it comes down to like there's not a lot of Mexican counselors, honestly,
Yeah.
and obviously I'm Mexican.
From perspective.
Yeah, and so I kind of want to do that. Like I want to like, cause growing up, my dad doesn't even think my career is like an actual career.
Yeah, he's like
Like what, like you know what I mean? Like just drink.
yeah.
You know, solve your problems. You won't be
Yeah.
depressed.
That
you know?
machismo type shit.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like-
literally what it is.
yeah.
And so, back to that, I'm trying to put it together. Like, well, it's not necessarily mental health. It's like psychology because I studied psychology. But obviously, when you study psychology, most likely mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So I started off in Lewis Clark State College,
Okay.
the school in Lewiston, and I started off with psychology, but I took a lot of courses for kinesiology
Word.
because I didn't know like. Because growing up, like, you know me, like, I love playing sports. Like,
Yeah.
I love,
Very passionate about
Yeah.
winning.
yeah, like, I'm, like, competitive. Like,
Mhm.
I'm very driven.
Got that nature.
Yeah, so So I was interested in psychology because it's like it's the mind,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was interested in kinesiology. So I took a bunch of courses at Lewis Clark State College for kinesiology, but my major was psychology. I was conflicted between like counseling or sports psychology. I didn't know. Because I was like, well, sports psychology is the same thing. Honestly, it's like counseling, but like
More specific towards athletes.
yeah, and performance. And I'm big into performance because it's all about challenging yourself. You know what I mean? Like you want to be driven, you want to be successful.
Overcoming obstacles.
Yeah. But ultimately, when I graduated from LC, which was in 2021, almost 2 fucking years ago.
Yeah, almost.
Which
Damn.
seems like it seems like a long time.
Yeah, no, it's like that. It went by. I
Yeah.
don't even like. It feels like you just left to New Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, and I'm
yeah.
like, fuck, I've been there for 2 years, fuck. But no, my senior year of my undergrad, I was conflicted between going into counseling, which I'm in now, which is like mental health, depression, anxiety, stuff like that. But I was also conflicted between, like I said, like I took a lot of courses in kinesiology. So I could have gone sports psychology route right away instead of counseling.
Okay.
But I was like, well, fuck, man. Like, because counseling's more established field. Sports psychology is really new.
Yeah,
No.
you'll find a job way easier as
Yeah.
a counselor versus a sports psychologist.
Yeah. And so I was like, which one do I do? Because I was really fucking conflicted because I was like,
yeah, that's a really hard decision.
because I love counseling because, like, there's not a lot of Mexican counselors out
Yeah.
there. So I want to, like, kind of be that, like, role model.
Yeah.
But I'm very driven. I love challenges. I love fucking cussing. I
Yeah.
love, like, just wondering if you can achieve this goal.
That
In a
competitiveness.
sports
Yeah.
mindset. So I was like, oh, I don't know. So I applied to a bunch of schools, and I was like, I'm just gonna do counseling first. Let's just get that license, that 2-year master's program out the way.
That was your end decision.
Yeah, which then leads to New Mexico State, where I'm at now, counseling. I could have gone like sports psychology route, like I said, but I told myself, let's do counseling. Let's get the master's. Let's get the license, which I'm gonna get in May, and then we'll do sports psychology.
Okay.
So right now, I'm applying to a program for sports psychology,
Word.
so I can then go on to the next program, master's for sports performance psychology.
All right.
Something.
Damn. So you're still gonna look forward to some more school then?
Yeah, but the thing is, I have my license for counseling,
You
so I
be
can.
working that whole
Yeah,
time
I can
then?
be working.
Oh,
Like I can
that's
start my
awesome.
fucking career already
Yeah.
and get my salary.
And you could build a reputation.
Yeah.
All right. Like you could be known as like Adams, whatever you want to brand it as. If you want to start your own, or if you want to work at a specific place,
Yeah.
you could already have that relationship with specific clients that like once you transfer over to that sports psychology, they could be like, oh yeah, my nephew plays for like San Diego State, or like
Yeah,
he could
in a-
really,
in a
stuff
way,
like that. Like,
yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, cause I could have gone sports psychology, do that, and then do counseling. But I was like, fuck it, man. Let's just get counseling, cause literally sports psychology is the same thing. Like your athletes might be depressed, this and this. You can work with that. The skills I'm learning now, I can literally apply to sports psychology. You know what I mean? It's just the difference is like performance. Like right now, we're not talking about performance. It's all about empathy, depression, suicidal stuff like that.
Yeah.
Same thing.
A lot of the stuff that kind of gets overlooked,
Yeah.
especially as an athlete.
Yeah.
Because like I was thinking about this the other day, and like when you're an athlete, and let's say you're a successful athlete, like
Yeah.
a popular one, like people know your name, like you're pretty good or whatever. Like when they see you play, all they get is that like good player. You know what I mean? That's all they see is just you being successful at this sport, like basketball or whatever it may be. But like they never get to see like you as a person. So when like parents or like even just like bystanders, watchers of the game, when they see you, they think of you as a player. They don't think of you as a person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so
That's true,
as an
honestly.
athlete's perspective, you just kind of feel like, I don't know, like a constant pressure almost of like you have to be that person now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It's hard, man, because like I don't know, mental health is like a big thing. Like especially like while I'm in college, so like I see a bunch of college athletes like, obviously they want to be good. You know what I mean? But it's kind of fucking hard, man, when there's so much pressure.
And the odds too, like alone, like that facing that fact every day of like only a certain amount of like it's hard enough to get into college to play that sport.
Oh yeah,
And
dude,
then
it's
to
so
move
hard.
on to professional, like
Yeah, dude, it is so hard.
like facing those odds every day, being like, dude, there's like, and for some people, that's what drives them. Like waking up every day knowing like there's like 1,000 other people working harder than I am right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro,
Like,
it is so hard. Like for those like that are in high school that want to go to college or college to pros, bro, it is hard.
you
Like,
think that's a harder, like, do you think that impacts a kid from a small town or a big town school more?
in a way,
Like, do they feel that pressure more? Like, because I'm not
okay.
saying there's more, I mean, yeah, there's more odds of you getting recruited as like a 5A player than you are.
Oh, like
as a
big
1A
schools,
player.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, like it's hard. It's just hard in general to play in college, to be honest. Obviously, if you play at a big school, especially in Idaho, because we're growing like a motherfucker in the state, man. Like, especially in Boise, there's constantly another 4A, another 5A school.
Yeah.
Like those schools that are like 1,000 plus students up.
Them private schools too.
Yeah, and Southern Idaho, we're not really getting that because like everyone from Cali, Boise, Boise, Boise. So you're seeing these big 5A, 4A schools.
Trump Falls is getting bigger though.
Is it really? It is. But I don't know about like.
It's kind of came to a standstill now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I mean it's gonna continue to grow. But anyways, like it's hard. Like obviously it's easier at a bigger school because you have more, support. You know what I mean? At a small school, it's hard because it's just you're at a small school. It's like really limited. Some of the coaching may not be the best. But I mean, the way I view it is if you have the talent, whether that be like, because I'm a basketball like obsessed person, not so much football and this and that, but I love basketball. Everything basketball I fucking love. Like if you have the talent and you have an obsession to get better every day, and you have the right support, and you're not worried about external stuff like, how many likes, the money.
Yeah, social media plays a big part in that.
Yeah, like it's hard in today's world because fuck, your phone is always on you.
Yep.
But I'm like, as long as you have a good mind, man, and you want to get better every single day, and you're not worried about the results, and you have the talent, you have the support, you have the love, the desire, this and this, more times than not, you'll probably make that goal. If it's college or whatever it is.
There's
you
a
know what I
way.
mean? Yeah,
Where
there's
there is
the-
that's that famous saying where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Like as long as you're willing to put in the work, like even if it's like, because for us, like we didn't have coaches that put our highlights on Huddle or
No.
like like. But if we really wanted to, back then we could have done that personally. We could have made a
Yeah.
student account. We could have uploaded highlights. Like I was making highlight films anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Type
remember
shit.
that. Those
So,
are
like,
cool, honestly. I remember that.
For lack of effort, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like I just like I fumbled
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But okay, so there's so much that I want to talk to you about, but we'll just close that off there. So that's why you wanted to get into.
Yeah, anyways, like counseling, sports psychology. I love counseling. I love sports. I'll be done at New Mexico State in May 10th.
Damn.
I remember the exact fucking date because
Hell yeah.
I don't like New Mexico. I'm learning a lot about like the culture it is, like the border and stuff. I'm learning a lot, but I'm counting those days, man.
Yeah.
Like, I went there just to get a degree, and I'm getting, out. But we'll see about the next program.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I'll know here. I don't know. I think in a month. I already applied. It's for my sports program. It's at California Baptist in Riverside, LA.
Damn, Riverside. That's where Jose's from.
Yeah, I know.
Originally.
Because I was looking at it. I'm like, is it? Because I couldn't think of who it was. I had a couple people in my mind like, oh, aren't they from there?
Ronda Rousey is from there.
No, like one of our friends.
Oh.
But like, yeah, but that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's the next program. I'll know in like a month if I get it's not accepted, it's like an interview process,
Mhm.
and based on that they'll give me acceptance into the program, whatever it is. But
Okay.
I applied already. So I think in about a month I'll hear back.
Hell yeah, that's exciting, dude.
Yeah.
I bet for you, like,
Yeah, like I am almost done. Like
Yeah.
I've been in school 4 years of undergrad, a year and a half right now of graduate school. So like it'll be 6 years in May.
I
But
can't even imagine.
dude, I know,
bro.
but I'll have the license in May.
Yeah.
So that
It'll be
other
worth it.
program, I don't even like. Obviously, like I care about it, but like
Whole nother
I'll be
battle.
making money. Like I'll have my career. I can start.
Yeah, dude,
So
that's
the
awesome.
most important thing.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, getting into more of your field of study, psychology, counseling, all that kind of stuff. Because I recently, just this past year, started going to counseling.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I was
Yeah.
really happy when you told me that because I was like, wow, like, because like I remember there was times I was like, oh, I wonder if it would work with him.
Yeah.
But like you told me, because I was like, man, he probably should have done it earlier. But there's
I
always
wish I would have.
there's always a right place
what
and
can
right
you
time.
do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I never took it that serious. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I never
definitely.
thought to myself, like, I should fucking do that. And
Yeah.
then it got to the point where I was like, I need to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a shift. But yeah, I think it's so cool. Like, and like, a lot of people, it's a bad way of putting it, but like people say it's like underrated or whatever.
Well, that's what my dad says.
Yeah.
He doesn't even think it's
yeah,
a
like so
career.
many people will laugh it off, or like they just think they'll just be like, yeah, nah, like that's not for me. Like I don't need to talk. And I'm like, dude, sometimes that's all it takes. Like even if it's not gonna solve all your issues, it'll solve like some, bro.
Yeah, that is
Because
true.
just lending that, because from my perspective, like growing up, I was always the one like lending an ear to people. You know what I mean?
So like listening in a way.
Like people came to me with their problems,
Oh,
which
okay,
like
okay.
I don't mind at all. I
Yeah.
love helping people. Like that's like a part of one of my like core beliefs is like you should help others like if they're in need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so finally getting the opportunity to be on the opposite end, like I was like, damn, dude, this shit feels like freeing. Like
Really?
yeah, like you just kind of like get shit off your chest. That like
Yeah, that is true.
even
yeah.
just saying stuff out loud for the first time, you're just like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
like that feels good.
I've had a
man.
lot of, cause when was it? Last year, I had a class where I had to like counsel like undergraduate students
Mhm.
at the New Mexico State that I'm at, and a lot of them like would say like, I've never said that before,
Yeah, dude.
like to anyone,
yeah.
and in my mind, cause I have a passion for counseling, so it's like I gotta talk it out, I gotta communicate like how I feel, like I gotta blurt it out.
And there's some other things that, like, I don't want to, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
but,
good.
Like, after this, I want to get into, like, how you became more personable because you didn't used to be.
Oh yeah,
I
but
don't-
but no. Anyways, back to my original thought. Like, a lot of people, like in my mind, it's like sometimes like I have many people where I literally they're kind of my counselors in a way. They're not licensed.
Yeah.
But like I'll talk to them, like I'll spit it out. Like I guess some people don't have that, but like
Everybody should, though.
yeah. But it's cool. I remember there's times where I would love like there's like a few clients of mine because that's how we say it in our field. Clients, like it's the person we're talking to. Like
Yeah.
we say clients. But some of them would say like, oh, I've never said that, or things like that, and it was really cool because in my mind it's like I say it all the time.
Yeah.
like it's
It's crazy how different we all are.
yeah, it really is.
How comfortable we are saying things versus other people are so to themselves.
Yeah, and that's the counseling relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You'll like realize like how much better as a human being you'll be when you like, establish that like relationship, which is kind
Yeah.
of scary because you don't know that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
And
counselor.
doesn't that kind of take a toll on your mental health?
Yeah,
At the same
it really
time?
does. Like in our program, they preach like self care. They preach like this is like your job.
Yeah. You
don't-
shouldn't take anything.
Yeah,
home,
don't
right?
like internalize it because
Yeah.
like let's say like I'm the counselor and you're the client. That's just one person. The next hour I have another client. The next hour,
completely different problems. but
yeah, completely different problems, different demographics. And so let's say Monday I have 6 clients.
Mm-hmm.
Next day 7. Next
Holy
day.
shit, yeah.
So you really so at the end of the week you're probably seeing like I don't know, like 22 client caseload, whatever it is, 25, whatever.
Fucking hundreds of problems.
Hundreds of problems. They're all different. You know what I mean? They're all at different points of the relationship. Like this client, you might be in the second session, but this other client, you might have had seen them for like 6 months.
Yeah. Holy
So
shit.
it's everyone's at different points, and you cannot like internalize it.
Yeah,
And
it's so hard though. 'Cause,
Yeah, it
like,
really is hard.
How do you not like?
'Cause you're-
so many of those situations are probably applicable to your own life.
Yeah.
Like, how would you not mirror that and be like, "Fuck, I do some of that." Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
Like,
is a weird profession
Yeah.
because like, I mean, I got problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
We
you
all
got problems.
do.
But
Yeah.
my job, yeah, that is true. But my job is, to be the counselor
Mhm.
in this moment.
In those 8 hours or whatever that
Yeah,
you work.
like this is your opportunity to get what you want out. You know,
Mhm.
like depression, anxiety, what do you want to work on, things like that. Like this isn't my time. Like
Yeah,
if
well-
I have a problem, I'll seek my own counselor.
Yeah, right. And
Um,
you should. Like,
yeah.
I think like counselors should have a counselor,
Yeah,
bro.
that's-
Like,
yeah, I remember like
it should just be like everybody like has an inner circle.
yeah, like it's like we're keeping our own professional life.
Yeah, you know
in a
what I
way.
mean? You have to.
Yeah, because like it's just a lot. Like I'm a person that's like, because some of some of my colleagues in my cohort, so like the people that like I started out with
Mhm.
in the beginning when I got to the school there, they have difficult times because as a counselor, like you're caring. Like
Yeah,
you
you
want to
have
help
to.
them. Like you
Yeah.
kind of want to figure it out, like solve it. Like
And
you want
I
to take
think,
that pain
yeah,
away.
every counselor has like a very high level of empathy.
Yeah,
Like,
you
they-
have to, like,
yeah.
because if not, then why are you in it? You know?
Yeah,
In a way.
you know what I mean? If you can't like put yourself in their shoes, like you shouldn't be helping them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
That's empathy. Yeah,
it's all about perspective, man. If you
Yeah.
can't see things from their perspective, how are you ever gonna try to help them? You know what I mean?
yeah, you'd be a very not good counselor.
Yeah, it's like talking a different language. You would never know how to like get past like
Yeah.
saying hello. Like
Mm.
you know what I mean? No progress being made.
But it's really hard, man. I'm good at being where I'm at. Like if I'm in the library, I'm in the library. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything else. I'm at the gym. I'm focused on the gym.
Yeah, you're good about that. Like sometimes your phone catches you, and
Yeah,
like,
it
you're
really
just
does.
for hours you
Yeah.
can't get even a hello out of you. But for the most part, you're so locked in. You'll be like, "Oh shit, I have 8 missed calls." Oh my god.
Yeah, like, and you kind of have to be that, but it's really hard. I mean, like I'm still learning because I'm still in the program, and so I'm still like being supervised and stuff, like when I do sessions and stuff. So I'm still learning, but I mean here, I don't know, probably August when I actually get a job like
Mhm.
at an agency, and I'm doing the program of sports psychology. I'm really gonna have to be consciously aware of like, okay, like I gotta have self care. Like I
yeah,
can't
you should
just
definitely take some me time, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
I did-
even if it's like 4 days, 2 days, a weekend to yourself, or you know,
definitely
with friends. You know what I mean? Just a little getaway, like to just forget about all of your clients, forget about all your issues, and
Yeah.
just fucking live it up for a little bit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and that can be kind of hard because I know some people like this is their like they literally spent 6 years getting to this point. Like
Mhm.
this is like their passion. This is their motivation. Like they want to be a counselor.
They can't wait to get in that office.
yeah, and it's kind of hard to separate. Like okay, like I'm not a counselor anymore. I'm a whatever I am outside the office. So it's kind of hard. But for me, I've been lucky that it's been kind of easy. Like okay, I'm not in the counseling session. Let me go do something else.
You've always been good though about like even like for basketball games and stuff. I can remember from high school that like you know how to really, like you said, be in that moment. You know how to
Yeah,
separate like all that noise. How you said how some people let that affect them. Like
Oh, I
that's
see it
not
all.
something that for you I saw affect you at all for the most part. You
no,
know what I mean?
like it's literally being in the moment and just learning as much as you can. And
It's
not,
like, dude, perfect example. You're a Cavs fan. Like,
oh yeah,
you've been through so much.
no, we have like
You know what I
it's a
mean?
little bad.
Yeah.
But they're pretty good now. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. But like you went
Took a
through all
while.
those years of
yeah.
even when LeBron left, like
Yeah,
you
we
know
weren't very
what I
good.
mean?
I remember like I think there was like a couple years we were like the worst team. Not the worst team, but like
pretty
a
bad,
very
bro.
like we had like what 9 wins in the
Yeah,
season
something like
out
that.
of like 82 game season.
Mhm.
That's horrible. Like,
Yeah, man.
losing like 70 games for an NBA team, professional team.
No, that's real.
But yeah, it's been kind of like I said, like in my classmates, we call them colleagues. Like in graduate school, it's colleagues.
Mhm.
You know, they have difficulties with that. But for me, like I've always been in the moment. Like a saying I always tell myself is like, "Be where your 2 feet are at." I don't know where someone said it,
Okay.
and I think it's Clayton.
Oh, word.
He might have, cause I
Shout
remember,
out Clayton.
Clayton, head coach. He coached us.
2 years.
He coached
Head
us-
coach?
Yeah, head coach. Yeah, for 2 years varsity. But he would always say like, flip the switch,
Yeah,
Well-
flip the switch. Yeah.
flip the switch. And I don't know if he said what I just said. What did I say?
The be where your own.
Yeah,
2
be where your
feet.
2 feet are at.
Yeah.
And so I've literally applied that. Whenever I learned it, I've applied it since I learned it.
Yeah.
Like literally just, and it's hard. It's not like, oh, just be where your 2 feet are at.
Yeah, no,
But-
dude. But like a perfect example of that is like when people are recording at events.
Mhm.
Me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll take a few pictures. Like I'll get a Snapchat in. You know,
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
it
like
may be, right?
concerts.
Yeah, but for the
Yeah.
most part, like I'm there. Like I want to be enjoying the fact that like when you're with your friends and you go to a concert or a basketball game or whatever it may be, like the fact that you're just there, like it's so easy to just like be on your phone and like forget like
Yeah, it really
your
is.
current situation. You know what I mean?
And you
Because
pre-
that's an escape, dude. Your phone is an escape, which can
Yeah.
be a good thing and a bad thing. But
That is true.
like once you fully immerse yourself in like a situation like that, you reap so many benefits, bro. Like you
Yeah.
notice so many things,
You
like,
appreciate it more.
and that memory like gets locked in way
Yeah, it's
more than if you're on your phone or something.
It's,
like
yeah,
that.
it's kind of hard to do that. No
You know what
matter
I mean?
how disciplined you are, like
Mhm.
two things at the same time. It's like just focus on one thing.
Yeah, man. But as humans, we've developed this habit of like next, like
Yeah,
it's,
that's
our
true.
attention span is so low, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so low.
Very, very low, especially with phones,
Mhm.
TikTok and watching videos and just-
Instant, like that instant gratification, you know, that like hit a dopamine of
That's
just
true.
being like, ha, that's funny, over. Like next
the next thing.
hit of,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it reminds me of like what the fuck's it called? Like dating,
Mhm.
swipe right,
Tinder,
swipe,
yeah.
or things like that. It's like. You know what I mean? You just swipe.
Yeah,
like you're not
it's like-
even appreciating what's
You're not
actually
even looking at the person.
Yeah, you're not even
you're
looking at
just
the
like,
person. You're
"Mm,
not.
like, yeah, some of my friends, they say I'm gonna play TikTok. Like they don't even, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a game, bro. Like it's so funny. Like
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, nah. But the next thing I wanted to talk to you about was you used to be really shy back in the day.
Dude, I'm
Like-
still shy.
Well, yeah,
Still-
but at
I've
the
got-
same time,
I guess like back then when I was growing up and little, yeah, man, I was pretty fucking shy.
yeah. What helped you break out of that,
I don't know.
or what has helped you break out of it?
I think. Well, I don't know. I remember one time, bro. I was with my parents. We were going to Mexico.
Okay.
My grandma passed away. I never met her because
Mhm.
all my family lives in Mexico.
Yeah.
But we were riding a freaking Greyhound bus, and on the way back, I think we were in Colorado. But anyways, I don't know. We got the bus in El Paso, and it was gonna take us to Denver. I sat next to this guy, and granted, bro, I'm like 12 years old, and this guy's like 40 years old.
Mhm.
And that's pretty intimidating, you know, when you're in
Yeah,
a
it
bus.
would be. And,
And my
yeah.
freaking parents sat like, I don't know why, but they sat a couple seats ahead.
Probably like it's hard to get tickets that are close to each
Maybe,
other.
I don't know, but I'm freaking 11, 12 years old
Yeah.
over here. And I never said anything to the guy just because, like, well, one, I'm nervous, and two, I'm just really shy and
Yeah.
introverted. Like, I'm not going to.
Naturally, you're not gonna be the one to initiate.
No, and
conversation,
that's
yeah.
just how it's always been. And I don't want to say always will be. I'm working on it. But so we're driving. We're on the bus, bro, for like 12 fucking hours. And then he's trying to like initiate conversation with me, like, you know, like, oh, the weather, you know, oh, I'm tired, and I would just be like, You know what I mean?
Little
Like,
Adam, yeah.
yeah, and and he's just he's just going, and then like at one point, like I said, somewhere in Colorado, it was like bumpy, and he's like, oh shit, and I'm just like,
Wasn't that bad?
yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm just like, oh, whatever. But anyways, we got off the bus, 20 hours in the bus, and I don't know what I said, but I said something like, oh, bye, or, see you later, something, and he was like, oh, you can talk? I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Bro, he probably thought you were mute.
No, yeah, he even said that. He was like, I thought you were mute. I'm like, no, I'm just really shy.
Oh, God, dude.
But
That's
ever
terrible.
since then, I always remember, like, man, I really am quiet. And then, like, every year as I get better, like, communicating and stuff like that, and not being so shy, I always think back, like, that's where I fucking started.
Yeah.
Like, literally, a fucking person said I was mute,
Key
or
memory
thought.
for it.
Yeah, literally key memory. But anyways, back to, like,
How you broke out of it?
yeah, how I broke out of it. I have no idea.
Just
It's
over
literally
time.
just one day at a time.
That's
just
cool,
getting
dude.
better
Mhm.
and better, and like really like, cause in high school when we played basketball, we were pretty good our senior year,
Yeah.
and I did okay.
You did really good. What are
That's
you
the
talking
thing.
about? You're
Some
a great
people,
player,
some
man.
people even today, like, oh my god, like you did so well, this and this and this. But every time, I don't want to say I downplay it, but it's just like, okay, that happened. Move on. Focus.
Yeah, which is a fair point too. Like you don't want to be stuck.
Yeah.
You don't want to be one of those guys. You know.
No, yeah, I
Every
definitely
time
know
you
what you're
sit down
saying.
with them, they're like, "Yeah, in high school I was MVP." You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
like
You know?
yeah, that's how it is. And like for me, like let's say like LC. I went to LC. I'm done. Move on.
Yeah.
New Mexico, I'm here. My focus is here. That's all I care about. Getting a license. In May, I'll forget about that fucking school. Move on. And so in terms of like breaking it out, like it's literally been like just get better every day in whatever aspect it is. And that's given me confidence.
Even if it's a little bit, man.
Yeah. But I'm still shy. Like even when I go to like even last year when I went to some of the Murtaugh games, and I would say in the Murtaugh section, I'm not going out of my way
Me either, bro. And
to
like
do that. That's just not me.
And I'm sure me and you kind of feel the same way about it because, like you said, I'm not gonna be one to fucking go up and be like, "Hey man, what's up? How are you?"
No,
Like,
that's
nah.
not me, man.
But like and it's hard because for some people I will do that just because I've built that connection with them. And
yeah, and I don't want to be disrespectful
because
either.
my worst fear, and like it might be shallow or whatever, is like I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to try and say hi to you and then you don't remember who I am.
That
Or,
would be
like,
very embarrassing.
that's literally what keeps me from saying hi to a lot of people, and that goes for games. Like I see people at the mall, and like they're people that like I've hung out with before, but
Yeah.
that I'm not completely comfortable just being like, hey, like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it sucks, but like
We
you
are
said,
similar
every
in that
day,
way. Yeah.
just a little bit, I try to get better at it.
Yeah, but I had to get better, especially like, cause I still have difficulties like still talking in front of others and stuff. But I realized like I overthink things and it's like kind of hard to like get it out, but I'm still getting better. And so like, I don't know, it's I think it's more confidence in myself. Like,
That's a big part of it, bro. That's what I found too.
and the thing is like I said, I like challenges. Like, can I get this done? Like, can I get better at communicating? Can I get better at like using less words and trying to explain myself?
Yeah.
Whether that be like in class, like an actual presentation, talking in front of people.
That's an aspect that a lot of us kind of avoid as we get older because in high
Yeah.
school you're forced to do it, right?
Yeah, in high school you are definitely.
And in college, like if you go to college, you have to keep doing it, like class presentations, all that kind of stuff. But like
That is true.
as an adult, if you choose not to go to college, then you could just get a job where you don't even see people. Like
Yeah.
you could forever live in that shell. You're never forced to get out and say hello. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could take all these occupations where all you have, like you might have to work with a set group of people, but like you never actually have to like communicate with new faces every day. You know what I mean? Which I think as a human being, we're all built at the core for like tribalism,
Yeah.
like our family, people who like the same sports team, you know, things that make us the same.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that we also get a taste of people who have completely different views.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might not want to, like, obviously you don't want to live with that person. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
But like it's fun to strike a conversation with them when you get the opportunity. Just
Mhm.
because it's fun to challenge your beliefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's where you learn and grow.
mhm.
And I love learning and growing because, like, I don't know, it's like challenging yourself in another way. Like, you're learning how to do something in another way. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Even like so like I said, challenging your beliefs. If you really think strongly about a certain subject, like on a very like low scale, like if I'm like, yeah, this is the best brand of pool table, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you never take the time or like effort to think about like another pool table that's like a little less expensive,
Mhm.
you could be like, oh no, like my pool table is way better. Not even think about buying the other one, and like it might turn out that at the end of the day, that other pool table is way better and it's cheaper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like a dumb example, right? But you could take
No, but yeah.
you could take that example into everyday life.
Any
Like,
situation. Yeah.
yeah, like I want the best mic. Like, dude,
Yeah.
the one you have, like as long as you could do, how do I say, like completely objective,
Yeah. Like the goal.
you know, like then what's the difference? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're in a position where you could buy a fancy whatever, a fancy version,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? That's cool. Like buy it. But as long as you could get the job done, like fuck
Yeah.
it, dude.
That's
Mhm.
definitely, yeah, that's good stuff. I like that example though. The
Yeah,
pool table.
you know,
'Cause
pool
the pool,
table.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I-
first thing that came to mind.
I gotta learn how to play more, but
Yeah, we could play after this, dude.
no, I'm
If you're
good.
down.
No, but yeah, I'm still shy. Still shy.
Yeah.
Like even some of them, like the people I met in Mexico, like they'll still say like, "Oh, you're shy," or "You're
Mhm.
quiet." But I'm getting better. Like, but like I always like take my mind back to like, "Oh, you're mute," you know? Like,
Yeah,
like
dude.
I didn't know you could talk.
That's like a very powerful example because like it's wild to think that that guy literally thought you couldn't talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you literally must have not said one word.
No, I didn't. And he, like I said, he was always like conversating with me, saying stuff. I'm just like, you know, like I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah. And we can take that into a different direction because building relationships, I'm sure, is really hard doing that. And like
Yeah.
from a personal perspective, I've talked about this a lot where it's like I could have a girlfriend, but like it's so hard for me to like completely put my trust into someone like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
like it's like a me issue, right? And so there's that like funny saying of where they're like, no, it's like it's not you, it's me, right?
Yeah,
But like
I've heard that saying.
like in my case, it really is, bro. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just like I don't know. I struggle to like fully like put that wall down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've experienced that,
Um.
or are
I
you on the
mean,
opposite end of the
No,
spectrum?
I mean, I'm not. Like I'm shy and I'm quiet. Like just generally, like
Mhm.
that's my personality. That's how it's always been and stuff like that. So in terms of dating, like especially in like undergrad and like stuff like that, like and not even just dating, just general relationships.
friends, all
Yeah,
that
just
kind
stuff like that. Like I always, it was always hard to like build relationships with trust. Like obviously, because like I've been through like a lot.
Yeah.
Like growing up, like I'm not middle. I'm like the youngest kid in my family, and so like I don't know, like my siblings were older than me, like way older than me. Like it wasn't like
Yeah, there's a pretty big age
there's a
gap.
huge age gap in my family. Like my older sister, who's the oldest, I don't know, she's like 42, and then my brother is like 35, 34, and then my sister's like 30, and then I'm 23. So
Yeah.
23 me, and then sister, the oldest one, 42. So I see other families, and it's like, oh, he's 13 and his sister's 14.
Yeah.
There's always like that trust. Like they're constantly with each other growing up.
Mhm.
I didn't.
They
have,
relate more.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily have that because they were so much older.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a part that makes me even more shy because like, well, I don't have anyone. So, but anyways, like even like the past couple years, it takes me quite a bit to like trust people.
Because you weren't an only child, but you pretty much grew up.
It felt like an only child.
You pretty
Yeah.
much grew up as an only child.
Yeah.
'Cause by the time you're old enough to develop memories, like all your siblings have moved out.
Yeah,
of the house.
because like my oldest, no, so there's my sister, my brother, my sister, and me.
Mhm.
When I was like in 6th grade, my sister was graduating high school.
Yeah.
So I mean 7th grade on up, it was literally just me because they moved out the house.
Mm.
So that probably contributed to like me being shy and stuff because I have no one at home, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to anybody.
Yeah, so it's always been difficult trusting. But now I am more like confident in myself. Like I understand like the things that happened to me, and like I even went to counseling too. I don't think I told you that.
You told me that a while ago, but we
Yeah,
didn't really
I went
get
to
into it much.
counseling, and that helped me realizing like, okay, this is who I am. This is why I'm quiet. You know, what and like the what ifs too. Like, oh, what if I had a little brother that was, because I'm 23. Like, what if I had a little brother that was 20?
Yeah.
You know, I might have been different. Like, oh, I might be more
Just kind
talkative.
of facing those
Yeah,
questions.
just facing those things. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, but the fact of the matter is, like, this is who I am. Like, you know, so I'm more like willing to share that part of myself. Like 5-6 years ago, I ain't sharing shit with anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling them like my deepest freaking secrets. But I'm at that point now where I don't really have a lot of like obviously it's gonna take a while to like me to build trust.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like when I was 15 where I'm not saying a damn word.
Yeah, dude, and it's so hard because like as your friend, like, and like it's important that all of us kind of like you said, like you're you, man. Like
Yeah, like
your
this. Yeah,
problems that you face, those are yours. All this stuff, right? Like from my perspective, like obviously as your friend, like I knew like you had like a lot of shit to deal with
yeah.
every
a lot
day.
of,
You know
what's
what I
the
mean?
word? Trauma,
Trauma,
experiences. Yeah,
You know, all this other whatever you want to call it, right? You had shit on your plate.
you had a lot. Yeah,
And so, like, when I was with you, my, like, because I'm really, the other aspect that comes of, like, having siblings that are far away from you, because I relate to that, because my sister's 6 years older than me, and my younger brother,
that's quite a difference, honestly.
and my younger brother is 7 years younger than me, too.
Yeah,
So like I'm in a similar place, and
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
middle
true.
child that like supposedly like we get ignored or
yeah.
you know what I mean? But
Parents
like
don't pay attention to you.
yeah, but like I was saying, I kind of like fuck, I forgot what I was saying. What had you just said?
Oh, what did I say?
Trust issues. Fuck, dude, I lost it.
The wine's good though.
Yeah, I know that's
The
why. It's
wine's
because I was
good.
scrolling
It's
up on
probably the
wine.
wine.
Damn it.
No. Oh, okay. I remember. It was the middle child. You're in the middle. Your older sister 7. Your younger brother 7. That's all.
But what was it about that was important about developing relationships?
It was about me.
It had something to do with trust.
It has something to do with trust.
Yeah, fuck, dude, I can't remember. That's gonna piss me off so bad. I can't believe I forgot where I was going with that.
It was a pretty good conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
it
trying
was.
to think. It was.
Dude, see, this is why alcohol is bad.
It was something about. Not gonna lie. Here on out, it's gonna be real good.
I know, right? This is
No,
where
it
the
was
real,
something
the real
like.
talk goes down.
It was something like. Fuck, I don't know.
Well, we can just jump into.
But anyways, let's just.
we
stick
might
with
tie
that.
back around. It might pop back into my head.
Or you
But,
want to
like,
stick around? Don't matter.
Yeah, but I'll just go into another aspect of being a middle child and like building relationships. Is that like it was kind of weird growing up to see my sister because she's 5 or 6 years older than me, whatever it may be. So I got to see someone grow up because she didn't move out of the house necessarily like your siblings did. So I had
Oh,
an
yeah.
example, but I never really had a good like communication with my sister when
Yeah.
I was in high school
I
because
can see
I would
that.
have been in like 8th grade, 7th grade when she graduated. So she was already going to college. Like my earliest memories is just like her like leaving at like for a party or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't have a lot of memories of me like actually talking to her a lot. You know
Yeah,
what
I don't
mean?
either. Now when I think about it, like, cause my other sister, I remember her like going out to like bailes,
Mm-hmm.
15s, bodas, and stuff like that. But I don't really remember like a significant conversation.
Right,
Like
right.
now I do, but like you know, like those middle like development years, not really,
Which
because they're
sucks
so much
because
older.
that's kind of when you need it the most, dude. Because
Yeah,
like that's when all your hormones and shit are going wild.
Yeah.
Like that in itself is important, but like that's also when at least I felt like the most isolated. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. Fuck yeah, got it, dude. I knew it'd come back around. But
Isolated?
like we were talking about how like when from my perspective as your friend.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
see,
that was quite a bit. That was
Yeah.
literally like the first sentence.
Yeah, I know. And like sorry listeners, viewers, whatever.
It's,
But anyways, like from my perspective, I didn't know how to talk to you in that moment. I didn't know how to be comforting to you because I never
oh, dude, none of us did. We
I
were
never
so young.
Yeah, and I never went through that with my siblings. I never like was with my sister through a hard time. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And like
Yeah.
if I was with them through a hard time, we didn't talk. Like
Yeah.
if something like negative happened, I was never one to be like, hey, like this hurt my feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I never had that conversation with them. So whenever I was with you, instead of being like, hey Adam, like how are you doing? Like, are you feeling okay? Like I never like had that conversation with you. Like it was always just like, oh, dude, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on, man? Like I in my head, I was like, I'll just take his mind off of it. Like, and it's not a health. I mean, it can be healthy, but it's not all you should be doing for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we're so. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we're so like, cause I went through a lot of trauma.
And
Like,
at
middle-
like a
middle
very
school, high
awkward
school.
age.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like you said, like the hormones and stuff. Like, cause literally, I started like how would you say it? Like my mom passed away in high school, early high school. So it's kind of around that point.
mhm.
Like we don't know. Like we're like stupid high school.
We didn't even know how to interact with each
No,
other.
we didn't. We
beforehand,
just
dude.
wanted to
That's
be-
why I give you mad props, dude. Because like going through what you've gone through and still having like this motivation to go to college to like build this future for yourself. Like
Yeah.
it would be so easy for you to just be saying like negative things, like just
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And you broke through that, and like I'm sure you're still dealing with things today. Like it's
Yeah.
natural. You're a human being, you know.
That's true.
And we all like go through trauma differently, but like still the fact that you're in college, like now in a graduate program, like that's like crazy shit, bro. And like that's just me like to you, like for real, like
Yeah.
that I look up to that kind of shit,
Yeah,
bro.
so
Like it
a lot of-
motivates me when I do stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned that, like, as I've like told people, like, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah. And I'm
growing
sure
up.
even that's hard for you. Like
Yeah, it really is, cause
Yeah.
like, I'm still not in the mindset, but like, it happened. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I got through it. Like, that happened years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at where I'm at now. Let's just focus on that.
Mhm.
But it was pretty difficult.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've always had that mindset. It's like, it doesn't matter what happened last quarter. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Can you? And it ties in back to performance. Literally, every fucking thing I do in my fucking life is performance. Like.
We all have that hardwire setting to
Yeah.
something, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It might not be like dedication, like hard work, like it is for you, but you know, we all have that one thing that drives us. you
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
literally for me, like I'll give you a prime example of my mindset. When I first went to Lewis Clark State College, it was fall of 2017, and it was in Lewiston, and we're Southern Idaho. It's like 7 hours.
Yeah, 7-8 hours.
I had no fucking idea, bro, if college was for me. I had no idea.
I was supposed to go up there with you, man. And
Really?
it sucked. Yeah, you don't remember that? Like, I wanted to go to.
Oh yeah, the program they have for
Yeah.
freshmen. Yeah, I do remember, but I didn't know if college was for me because I'm like, man, college is hard. Like, I'm Mexican. Like, you know, do I belong here? Can I do it? But it ties back to like I love challenges. So I remember when I first got there, I was like, okay, let's just see if I can do it this semester. Like, let's just see if I can.
Like a trial.
Yeah, can I do the courses? Like, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't smart, man. Like, I didn't know how to read. Like, I didn't know how to write. Like, I was shy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was like, well, can I do it? You know, like, and I'm a firm believer, man. Like, as long as you work hard, you'll get something.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get something out of it, you know? So I worked hard my first semester, and, like, I think I got, like, all A's. And I was really fucking happy. I was excited. I was like, oh, my God, like, I didn't do shit in high school. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't understand things. But I was a firm believer, like, if you just work hard, you'll gain something.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I was lucky that I got all A's. And then I remember, like, that winter break, going back for spring semester my freshman year, I was like, okay, that happened. I don't give a flying fuck if I got all A's. Can I do it again?
Yeah, just gotta grind.
Like, was it just a fluke? You know what I mean? Was it just like luck?
Yeah.
You know? Because I've always been a firm believer, like, when you want to be successful, there's some luck involved. So I was like, maybe I just had a luck fucking semester. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Can I do it again? And I think I got all A's again
Oh,
that
shit.
first year.
Back
And,
to back.
yeah, literally back to back. And then I was like, well, fuck it. Sophomore year, I don't care what happened last year. Can
Whole
I do
new
it again?
year.
So it's always something new. Like and that's the challenge part, because you literally don't know if you can do it again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can put all your hard work, but just because you worked hard doesn't mean you're gonna get success.
Yeah.
Hard
Yeah,
work.
that's the
challenge part.
Beautiful part, and the worst part about life is that like you could put all your effort into one thing and it could never happen.
Yeah.
Or you could put in work and it does happen. Like that's
Yeah.
just life, man. Like that's for me, from my perspective, it's like fun in a way where it's like, damn, like, you know, we're not guaranteed success in anything.
No, we're
Like,
not.
no matter how much work you put in, like, it might not be for you. And it's like, it's almost that thrill, the hunt of like finding what is like,
That's the challenge part.
you
for
know,
me.
that like
Yeah.
finding what you are successful at, what you do fucking do work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it could be small wins, like finding a video game that you're good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
Stuff like that. Just like
something to be positive.
those easy dubs. That's just like hell yeah. Like,
Yeah, those easy dubs, you need them because that's
That-
what brings more confidence.
little
in.
pat on the back doesn't hurt anybody, dude.
No.
Like it benefits a lot of people.
Yeah, and like I remember I created a saying for myself. It was like hard work doesn't guarantee success. It gives you an opportunity to be successful.
Yeah,
But without hard work, you can guarantee no success.
that's true.
So it's literally just like you got to gain something. Like I've been fortunate because I'm a goal setter. Whether it be, can I get all A's this semester? Can I get all A's this year?
You need something to shoot for.
Yeah, like, but I've been fortunate that every goal that I've set since high school, I'm pretty much accomplished it.
Well, that's a perfect example of like who you are as a person. It's like you've managed to get
Yeah.
all these things done. You know what I mean?
And like, I look back and there's a lot of things that happen. I'm just like, shit, I did that. How the hell did I do
While I
that?
was doing this.
Yeah,
like,
and it just goes back to like I was so focused, and I don't know. It's really hard because like there's times where I think about it. I'm like, I don't know how I did that. Like I don't know how I went through that. I literally don't know how I went through that.
when some things feel so hard and
Yeah,
they're not.
Yeah, in the moment it's just like, okay, next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been difficult for me, but I've always tried to like just be positive.
A lot of people would never know that about you.
No,
like,
like-
right off rip, like if you have a first day hangout with you, like you would never know anything
No.
like that happened to you.
No, and the thing is, like, the cool thing is, like, when I got to New Mexico, no one knew me. You know what I mean? Not even my classmates.
You could be whoever you want.
Yeah, so it's like you start over. So when I go to, hopefully, that sports psychology program in Cali, when I go there, it's like I'm starting kind of like a new life. Like,
and you can
no one knows me.
finally, because as we get older, you learn things about yourself. You figure out who you like to hang out with, who you don't like to hang out with, like
Yeah.
personality types, all that kind of stuff. And like with you going to this new school, like hopefully, you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
You can finally be who you were supposed to be. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
more faking anything. You could
Yeah.
just be yourself and be comfortable with it. You know what I mean? And when you're comfortable being yourself and you put that energy out to the world, that's when you attract those like similar minded people. You know what I mean? And you could
Definitely.
surround yourself with a bunch of similar minded like goal setting people, and you guys could help each other like build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's important. Like now that you have this opportunity to once again reinvent yourself, it should be like the person you're most comfortable being, like
That's
yourself.
true.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, that is true. You kind of like literally reinvent yourself in a way. That was good what you said. Like literally 65 seconds ago, you just said like who you were meant to be. Cause I've been through a lot, and I'm just like, you know, I'm very shy and quiet because this happened growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think if this didn't happen, I would be more talkative and I would
Yeah,
trust
but
more
it's
people.
important that you don't think like that because you can't go back.
No,
Like,
you
you know what I
can't.
mean?
But it's one of those things where it's like, what if, you know, you never know.
We all have those.
Yeah, but sometimes lately I've been like that the past year.
Reflecting.
Yeah, no, not past year, past semester.
I think it's because you're almost done.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm almost done, and this past semester, I've really like shifted focus, man, to like relationships,
Mhm.
like dating, and not just dating.
Yeah, we can get into that.
not
'cause-
just dating for like pass up time, like dating with intent, like
building a
like
future.
yeah, like like I'm signing up to date then marriage. Like I'm
That's
not
so hard.
like
dude.
I'm not signing up to fucking mess around.
It sucks, dude, because all these dating apps and stuff are literally built to just
yeah,
like hook up.
hookup cultures.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But yeah, I've shifted my focus because like I'm kind of near the end, and I'm gonna get licensed in May. I'll start my career. Let me shift my focus to dating.
Mhm.
So that's kind of been my focus because I'm comfortable with myself. I know who I am. I know what I can offer. This mindset.
You have a lot to offer, dude.
Yeah,
Now, look
yeah.
at you. And that's crazy.
This
right?
mindset, like I'm comfortable. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was not even fucking close, man.
Just that confidence. took
Yeah,
a
now
little
I'm
bit.
confident. Like I know what I'm looking for. I know what I can offer. And literally this past semester, I've just been reflecting on stuff like that.
You also don't want to have too high a standards, though.
No, I don't. And that's the thing, cause
You're like, I'll take anybody.
yeah, like, cause I'm kind of yeah, cause it's like if I have too many standards, you know.
Yeah.
But like I realize I'm very like traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like I like to think that yeah, I'm more traditional. I'm not like modern.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm very traditional where like because I've been reading the Bible lately and I'm learning a lot and I wish I read it earlier. And so I'm learning about like the way life was for the Bible and like stuff like that because like people's marriages are based off stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my god, like I am kind of traditional. But yeah, my whole fucking focus this past semester shifted to dating.
Okay. Yeah.
And then hopefully whoever I get with, like you said, like I have a lot to offer, and that is true. But I'm excited because I've never been focused on dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like entirely focused on it.
It's never been like a big priority for you.
No, it's always been school. It's always been gym, running. Always been trying to be the best person I can in this class. But I've realized like I'm gonna get it done. Like I'm gonna get licensed. I'm gonna be done. Let me shift my focus.
Mm-hmm. At least a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because 2 years ago I didn't give a fuck about dating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Like I'm not done yet. Like I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how much of a connection we have. Like let me finish.
You were just ignoring anybody.
Yeah, I was ignoring everything. I didn't
Wow.
care. Like I'm not gonna say like I had people lined up because that
Yeah.
was not it. No, it was not that.
I was like, damn.
no, no,
Man,
like,
just turning down dates.
no, no. But
But you had a specific goal in mind, and
Yeah, and now-
relationships just weren't it.
no, that's true. And now the goal is dating.
Okay. All right. No, I feel that, man. And coming from my perspective, because I'm not like I guess you would say traditional
Yeah, I'm traditional.
guy,
man.
dude. Like, and I could
just
see that
realized
from
it.
you. Like,
Yeah.
you probably want to be the one to make the money. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
As
Me-
bad as that sounds, like
I mean, it's not bad. Some women prefer that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally how you said. Everybody has their own beliefs, bro. And like you said, if you're putting that energy out, you're gonna attract women who want that, dude.
Mm.
And it's important that, like, we're also scared to like say what we want.
yeah, I'm scared, man. I'm
And like that's
yeah.
okay because you shouldn't just walk around being like, yeah, she has to be like a 10, like super smart, like all this stuff, right? But you could be like, no, this is what I'm generally interested in. Like people with like-minded traditions, mindsets that like, you know, if you want to be the one that brings home the checks and like she's the one who cleans or whatever, like there's somebody out there that like wants that
Yeah.
exact same thing. You know what I mean?
And yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, there's a lot of people that aren't like that. And,
Yeah,
and
because
that's
for
a-
me, I'm like, dude, if she wants to make all the money, psst, Say less, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But for me, it's I don't know. I mean, I want a woman that's educated. You know.
Yeah, and you kind of grew up more religious than I did.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that influenced
Yeah,
you
like
a lot
I
growing up
I
too.
wasn't like religious, but I definitely had a faith.
You had more of a base than I did.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you
is
know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah, and like I don't know. I mean, like you said, like bring home the check. Like that's kind of like I don't want to say that's how it's supposed to be, but in a way, like
That's how you prefer it.
yeah, that's how I prefer it. But also I understand like you know when I have children, like you know I want my little girl to be like independent. Like I want her to change the
It's
fucking
kind of
world.
tricky, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, like I want her to change the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the person I'm with, like, they're most likely gonna be independent too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, if
it's
you want
tricky.
those genes to be passed on, they got to come from another place. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But
But
yeah,
that's why you work with, once you find that connection with somebody where you can like work with them and like you find out that like you know, you could push a little more on this certain aspect of life and, you know, you push back on a little bit of another aspect of life where you guys just find that balance, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's why I think a lot of like people struggle these days with relationships, at least for me, because like, I don't want to say, I mean, I have standards, right? But like you said, you don't want to make them too high. But like,
no, you
I have
don't.
to be willing to like meet halfway. You know what I mean?
That's true. You have to.
And I think we all do. Like, we have to be accepting of like certain things of other people. And I think once you're like truly in love with somebody, like, it's so much easier to look past those differences. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you built that foundation of
Because
connection.
yeah, like I don't know, dude. I guess you got me sauced off the wine. Like
It's good, yeah. But I mean, I realized like, cause I met someone. Cause you asked earlier, and you're like, don't say anything, before the podcast.
No, I was like, if you don't want to.
Oh
you don't
no.
have to.
But I met I met someone last semester. I just finished the fall,
Mm-hmm.
so it was in spring. I met this person, and she she was the right person for me
Okay.
because she was educated.
So you fell in love.
No, it
No?
wasn't. No, it was connection.
Oh, okay.
Because I have difficulties trusting. Like I can't just like obviously like I've gone better. Like, I know who I am. But at the end of the day, like
You're still not willing to share.
yeah, I'm still not willing to share. But this person I met, I don't know what it was, but our first conversation, I still remember the time and date.
Wow, that's crazy.
But this person, our first conversation ever in class, and granted, we're all colleagues. You know what I mean? You can't. You know, it's strictly professionalism.
Yeah, you're not gonna get too deep into personal.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you can. You know,
But it's
whatever.
not something that's common.
No, you know. But we hit it off very well, and I felt so comfortable with her. Like I wasn't overthinking. I wasn't like, oh, should I say this or not? Like,
Yeah.
And that was the first time ever that I felt comfortable. Because growing up, I wouldn't tell others. Like I wouldn't I didn't, you know, I went through this and this. Like I just wouldn't say a damn word.
Yeah.
But with her, I felt so comfortable. And then I realized like, wow, like connection's really important. Because like I know what I want out of a woman. But at the end of the day, like if I ever meet someone and it's like the connection I had with this individual I met last spring, I'll take it.
You're willing to look past.
Yeah, I'm
everything.
willing. Like you know, I'm willing to like take some of my views out for that connection we had.
That meeting halfway thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we had a great connection, and she was super cool, and she was smart too, like really smart. And she grew up in Juarez
Wow.
at the border. And she was just like, she has this ability to like talk in front of like people.
Just communicate well.
Yeah, like we had a presentation together, and I'm fucking shy as shit, and like it was kind of hard for me to get words out. But she fucking just went up there and just said it. Like there's points where I didn't know what to say in this slide, and she fucking took the mouse and literally it was my slide,
And she
but
just
she
went
just
in.
fucking went in, and I
Damn.
was like, and that's when I realized like I was like, oh my god, like that's something I want.
Yeah.
But it was based on the connection.
You kind of like
And I wasn't even looking to like.
I think that's when it happens, bro. And
Yeah.
like that's why when you said you're shifting focus, I'm like, I hope he's not like, because we can't. The one thing that I found, like, it's important to be able to look for love. Like, you know, you want to be available, but you also don't want to force anything.
No, and that's the thing that I think that I mean, I don't think that's ultimately what happened. Because I was eager.
And I have after you get done with your point, I could
No, you're good. But I was eager because like I was like, man, like, this is something I want. Like, I want to shift focus. Like, I'm almost done with school, and she's in a doctorate program, PhD, and in my master's.
Damn.
So we're kind of nearing the end. You know, one more semester. I think she has one more year, but I was kind of eager, you know, just to like start off, and obviously she wasn't, which I respected.
Yeah.
Maybe not at the time. I made her kind of feel a little bad because like I was ready,
and you felt kind of let on.
Not let on. She was an amazing individual. It was just like
you yourself just
I don't know. Like I don't know. We talked a lot in the summer, like phone calls, conversations, and stuff like that. But she was just focused on school, and I had to be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it ties back to like I was eager. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like thinking back, it's like damn it, Alan. Like I should have just focused on friendship for a year.
Yeah.
Build the foundation.
Let it happen naturally, organically.
And it happened naturally for a couple months, and then I was like,
got a little greedy.
Yeah. And it happens.
It happens.
But I learned.
It's a good learning point because we all have those. And like on my end, like that's when I said that earlier when you were talking about, and I was like, oh, you fell in love, right? But
yeah, it wasn't
immediately
that,
I went to that because in my situation, like it started in college when I first got to college because I went through quite a bit myself. Like, I mean, I don't compare anything, but like I had my own shit dealing with, and like I was like talking to girls and like, you know, just trying to find that me. I was trying to find me. I was trying to figure out who I was. And like the first girl that I was really interested in at the time, like under the circumstances, like looking back, like there was no way. Like, there was just no way that it was going to work. But like in my head, like there was this girl, she was awesome. Like she was into what I was into. Like we laughed at the same things, all this other stuff. Like I fell in love, that common cliche. Like every time I looked at her, it's like the noise was playing, right? And long story short, like things didn't work out. Like I was putting in a bunch of attention, a bunch of like work on my end that I was so blind to what was going on that like I had fallen in love with the idea of what me and her could be, not what we actually were. Like I wasn't in love with her. I was in love with the idea of having like a girlfriend that was always there for me, that we like loved all the same things, even though all the while like personality wise we were not compatible.
Wasn't gonna work.
And so I was just blinded. Like
that happens.
none of that registered with me. And so like I got hurt in the end, and like that was my first wake up call, right? This is like 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. And after that, like I took a year off, man. Like I didn't talk to any girls. Like if I did, it was just like friends. Like I was literally just like, hello, what's up, dude? Like, you know, things like that. Like I had completely shut myself off relationship wise. I wasn't talking to anybody. And like I went through that whole year, and I was just kind of like, the whole time I'm building up this wall, but in my head I'm like comforting myself. I'm telling myself these things that like, this is why it happened. I was just being so negative, like so negative.
Yeah.
And like I had these all these other issues outside of dating that were going on in my personal life, like with my family, and like all of that's just stacking on. So like that whole year, it's just me trying to be better and like trying to get my headspace right. And like I said earlier, if I could have gone to therapy, it would have been then. Like if I could go back in time, I would have gone at that fucking time of my life. But like I went through all that, took the year off. Like I'm still in college, and like I ended up dropping out just because I couldn't go to college anymore. Like everything was just too much.
Yeah.
And so I'm working full time, and like I meet another chick, and like it's kind of a similar like story where like I fell in love with the idea again. But this time I took like how do you say, like I had built extra layers to my wall. So like it took a lot more time to develop like these feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the end of it, like same thing as the first one, like it was never gonna work. Like
Yeah.
and I should have seen this a mile away, but I never did. And like what sucked about that one is that I didn't get the closure like I did on the first one. The first time that I got my heart broke or whatever, for real, like she told me why. Like she like it was
that
like
helps.
it helps a lot,
Yeah, it
like
does help.
dramatically, dude.
It does help.
And so like the second time, like that didn't happen. Like I literally like I was trying to talk to this chick, and like bygones be bygones. Like it is what it is. I learned from it. Like you said, it's a learning point. But like I just remember being like yeah, we need to talk. Like something.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to express myself, and like she wouldn't meet me in person. Like I was like, dude, like I just need like 5 minutes of your time. Like literally, that's all I need. And she just wasn't having it. So finally, I just texted her, which is like the worst move. Like if you're going through something similar, don't text them.
No.
Do
Yeah.
not text them.
That's a good point of advice.
Yeah. And so like I text her or whatever, and like I say all this shit, and like she's like, yeah, nah. Like I told her, and the one thing that stuck out to me, and like to this day, like it was a good learning point, is I told her, I was like, I just feel like, you know, we had the same like intentions in a way. Like I thought you wanted to build a relationship further than friendship too. Like
Yeah.
I literally put these extra walls so that this wouldn't happen again. And yet we're here again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like just not for like my personal thing was like she just wouldn't tell me like why, or like the fact that she said that like she didn't have any feelings. I'm like, was I really like
Yeah.
that blind, or was she just not willing to be honest? You know what I mean?
Probably just not being honest, because it's hard to be honest.
Yeah, and like
Very
I get
hard.
that side too, right? But like for me, those were my two biggest like, holy shit, like this world is not like right. It's not fair. Like poor me, right? But like everybody goes through these things, man.
Yeah.
And so going to therapy now, like I like when I was telling this to my therapist, she's like, oh, like man, like it makes sense why you're not very trusting of anybody. And I
Yeah.
was like, you're right.
is true.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so like I'm sure people like they could listen to my story or your story, and they can find similarities. And like for me, the growing point, like I said earlier, was just figuring out like the main thing is like people don't owe you anything in a sense, I guess. Like I felt like she like I wanted an apology is what I wanted, and like I'm never
Yeah.
gonna get that, right? And it's
Yeah.
okay, like it's fine. Like I in a way I didn't deserve that, because like you said, it's hard to be honest.
Yeah.
And if she was being honest, then fuck, dude, I just read the book wrong.
Yeah. That's true. So when was that?
That was
Freshman
I
was this
forgot
freshman,
that
sophomore?
timetable. No, I had dropped out of college
So
because I was working at the time. So that was probably like 2020. Because like I said, I had taken that year where I just like didn't talk to any girls. And now it's like I take these things and I like proceed with caution in a way. I still build those walls, and like I need to be better about like not having those up. But
yeah,
I mean, with time, you know what I mean? I'm in the game.
that's a good saying. I'm in the
Because
game.
yeah, like you said, like I'm getting to the point where I mean I'm not headed towards a degree or anything, but I'm getting to that age. I'm gonna be 24 next weekend. Like I don't want to say that I'm running out of time, but I'm at a point in my life where I wouldn't mind like settling down.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
where
mean?
I'm at. I think that's why this past semester I'm so focused. Like, okay, I'm pretty much done with school. Even if I still have 2 more years in Cali, if I get into the program, but I'm almost near then. Because I'm gonna be licensed. I want to shift my focus on something else.
Yeah,
So that's why, like, it's kind of like I'm running out of time, but
but we're not, dude.
Yeah,
because
we're
we're so
definitely not.
young, and like perspectively, like hopefully we can live to 100 years old. We're not even at a quarter of that yet, and even if we're nearing the quarter, there's still 3 more to go. Like you know what I
that's
mean?
Like a whole lifetime. Like we're barely,
hopefully,
we're barely
right?
starting.
Hopefully,
That is a good point. Hopefully,
but-
you never know.
yeah, but I mean, we're so young, and like you said, like it's important to have those goals, setting these goals, but at the same time, on the flip side, like we shouldn't like give into them too much, because like if I expect to get a girlfriend by next week and I don't, like I'm gonna feel so bad, right? So
Yeah,
in the meantime, it's just like you let things happen, bro. Like you'll find that person.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? And like, if you don't end up finding a person, like I tell myself these things because I'm like, fuck, dude, like we're getting older, all these
Yeah,
things. I'm
that's
like,
true. Like, I gotta get it now.
at the end of the day, I just want to be happy, bro.
hmm
Like, and if I don't find that through a woman, like, I'll just fucking be single, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I can't find a significant other to marry and like do all these things, and I'll do it on my own. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I have these experiences that I can share, and others can share their experiences with you. You know what I mean?
That was a good point about the expectations, like especially with that one person I talked about, like meeting in the spring, and we hit it off well. She mentioned like expectations, because I expected like to date, because I mean, she talked about it, we talked about it, but it was ultimately just not the right timing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was just leading me on or just fucking around with me. She was not doing that. It was just not the right timing.
And it happens, dude, in life. Like, right place, wrong time is so accurate for so many situations. Like,
That's true.
it happens to everybody. And I just think we just got to keep rolling with the punches, man. Like, life hands you lemons, but some of them are sour. You know what I mean? Not all of them
Yeah.
are going to make you that lemonade, bro. Some of them are going to be pretty shitty. And as long as you can get through them, if you have that support base around you, whether it's like a good group of friends, your family, whoever it is, like, really like talk to them. I think that's an important lesson, is like, if you can talk to others, you're set, man. Like, finding that way to communicate, whether it's like some people, and it's crazy the way we all differentiate, but like gaming, like even if it's just like on the headset with your buddies, like playing Call of Duty, like if you're talking with them, like just having that personal interaction is like enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's connection. That's literally like my profession, connection.
Yeah.
And with like working with athletes, hopefully I will in the future, connection. Because once you have that connection, you have the foundation built on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're, I mean, I'm learning it. If you're too eager and expecting it, you're just rushing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like, you
What's
can't
your
rush the process, I guess. In a way.
What's your advice to someone who's like going through a hard time and they're just like, fuck, dude, like I don't have the answer.
I remember for me growing up, because I went through so much, and like there's times where I felt like really sad, or like alone, I guess. And I don't know if what it was, but I always told myself, and this may not be the best advice, because like I'm just so different, in a way. But I always told myself like, I know I'm sad, I know I'm like depressed and stuff like that. But for me, I always told myself like it's not gonna last forever. Like this feeling that I have,
I think that's important, man.
like, cause feelings go up and down.
Roller
But
coaster.
yeah, but I always told myself like, especially when I was like really really sad, like I told myself like, okay, it can't last forever. I hope not.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, like this will pass. Like, and I was just really like, because there was times I was really sad and I was like, this is not gonna pass. Like this, I've been feeling this for like a week or two, But I always told myself, and I always believed like, that I can get through this. Like it's just temporary. Like
You're not there forever.
not, and like I tied that with like, when I'm running on the treadmill and I'm tired. Like I know I'm tired, but I can get through this. Like
In 10 minutes, you're
in 10 minutes I'll be at home. Like and so that's my advice. But at the same time, like sometimes you really just need to go talk to someone. You know what I mean? It's not like a lack of weakness.
How important was that for you, talking to somebody?
I remember it was sophomore year of college. Was it? Freshman year of college, when I actually went into counseling and I learned like, oh my god, that's trauma. Like,
yeah.
that's just fucking life. In
Because
my opinion,
as
at
even
that point in
like
life.
a lot of people go through, but like as Hispanics, like we don't learn to deal with our emotions. You know what I
Nah.
mean? We're taught to just strap up your boots and fucking
Yeah.
get after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was it. But like, I remember my first like counseling experience and stuff. Like I was just really like, I would say like depressed. Yeah, I'll say that. I was like really sad. But I don't know what it was, but I just wanted to get better. And they prescribed me medication and stuff. And I did counseling for like 2 months.
So you went through the full process.
Yeah, I had to be on meds. Like I literally told him I was like, I need to be on meds. Like I just don't have a drive. You know, like I'm still doing well in school because the counseling was a part of the school. Because if you're a student, you get access to it.
Oh, it's sick.
It really is. But I remember I was like, I just can't like get out of bed. You know,
Motivation's so hard.
yeah, and I was like, I need to be on meds, and that helped. But I was eager. I know for some people it's hard, but
You wanted to get better.
Yeah, but I was studying it, and I realized like, oh, this is gonna help. Like I wasn't a business major. It's not like, because when you're like business or like law, you don't know anything about counseling.
Yeah.
You don't know how it's supposed to be. But I was studying it, and I realized like, okay, this is gonna work.
It's gonna be beneficial.
Yeah, it's gonna be beneficial. Like they're not just talking to me. You know, So I was eager because I want to get better. But I know for some people that study different things, like why am I gonna set up a meeting and talk to this
and
guy?
pay money.
Yeah, and
Like,
pay money just to talk.
Yeah.
But I was eager to get better. But it was interesting to talk to that counselor. I'm thinking of that counselor. She was like a white Caucasian. I don't know. She was probably like 55 years old.
Oh, was it an older lady?
Yeah, she was pretty old, but she was cool.
That's awesome, dude.
I have no idea. She's probably still there. I'll probably like email her.
Shouts to her, yeah.
Yeah, she did. She was well. She was like a very good counselor.
That's awesome, dude.
For being like, cause she was like very multicultural too.
Wow.
Like she understood like my life.
Your perspective.
Yeah.
How you viewed things.
And so that was cool. But I was eager to get help. I know for others it's really hard.
Do you think that's a big reason that you wanted to be a counselor? Is because you went through it yourself? Did that kind of like light up a little fire in you that was like, "Fuck, dude, like they helped me so much. Like, can I do this for somebody else?" Type.
Yeah, that really is. Cause like everyone, like you've mentioned it a few times, everyone sees me like, oh, you're doing so well, and it's like, oh, not really. I mean, and so in a way, like subconsciously, I guess, like everyone's helped me out. Like I've gotten a lot of support, whether it be in Lewiston, here, in Las Cruces, whatever. And for me, it's about like supporting, like giving back to like the younger generation. And like I said earlier, there's not a lot of Mexican counselors, and I have an opportunity to like change that in a way. And that I like, cause like I think back, like I wonder how it would feel if that counselor that I had that was like, the white Caucasian one. I wonder how it would be if it was like a Mexican counselor.
Yeah.
Because that school, that institution in Lewiston doesn't have any Hispanic counselors on campus. And so I was just wondering, like, I kind of want to change that. And that's how it is, like, across the nation. There's not a whole lot of diversity.
Well, it's because we're the ones who like learned the least about it. You know what I mean?
That is true. I mean, my dad doesn't know anything
Yeah.
about it. Like, he'd rather just drink it, like drink beer, instead of talking to someone.
Yeah, and everybody deals with their issues in their own way. And, we try to make the best of it, of our situation. And, like, we all learn our habits from a really young age. And we can either choose to give into those same habits or we can choose to break that cycle and, like, start anew, make better habits, improve on things that we don't like about ourselves instead of just, like, hiding them or suppressing them with something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's cool that you realize that, like, honestly, so early. Because a lot of people are like, that's what that midlife crisis is, dude.
Yeah.
You're 40, 50 years old and you still don't know, like, who you are as a person. Like, that could be devastating, bro. Like, seeing other people, like, nobody has their lives put together as much as you think they do.
No. Like, we don't even know what the
all
fuck
of
we're
us
doing.
are just fucking on this flying rock, dude.
That's
And
true.
We're all figuring it out one day at a time. But, like, it's so easy to give into that perspective of, like, oh, they're doing so much better than me. Like, and
in reality, it's like, they're probably not. Like,
they're trying just as hard to
Yeah,
stay afloat, man. They're
everyone
going through
is.
different problems than you, obviously. But, like, they're still struggling, man. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But, yeah, I think it all ties back into perspective. Just being able to put yourself in their shoes, you know what I mean?
Empathy.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Because you definitely want to like. I mean, I think I would like to like know how it is in your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is how I do it. That's how you do it.
I think
But
that,
why? You know, like I want to know. Like I genuinely want to know. Like
why do you do the things you do?
Yeah,
You know what I
like,
mean?
Because in my mind, it's like, that's not how I'm gonna do it.
Humans are so interesting because we're all like the same. We're all a human being, but we're all built so different.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with like mental capacity, fucking athletic ability, like genetics, all this other shit. We're so different, but we're all like akin to each other through this like ancestral line of fucking,
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy that we're all one, but we could just be so different. And we choose to like make those differences a problem versus like embracing that and being like, whoa, you have that, like that's dope, instead
Yeah.
of being like, no, ours is better.
Yeah, and that's kind of hard for like for others that like aren't open minded, you know, or aren't willing to like see it another way.
Like I said earlier, challenge those beliefs, man. Like, and I think that's why I hate politics so much, is because it's so polarized. And like, I'm a person who just likes to, I'm like an in betweener, dude. Like, I like to look at things from every fucking viewpoint. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm more like of an over analytical person. Like, I'll look through things fucking 4 times just to make sure that I didn't like miss this fucking viewpoint or like this fact on this side that like counters what I believed earlier. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's important that we can look at things differently, but still come to our own conclusion and be okay with other conclusions.
yeah. It's kind of like agree to disagree. Like, there's always gonna be like something different, but as long as like you're respectful of it,
Because it could be better.
yeah, it could, and you're just not willing to like see it that way, but it could.
Yeah.
But if you're not open minded and shit, it's hard.
It's super hard. Like, I can't imagine feeling that kind of, like, I feel like everything would make you mad. If you're super set in your ways, like, any little thing that, like, opposes that would set you off just because you're so used to defending that. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Do you have anything like that? Like a strong belief that you just, like, refuse to, like, see the other side of? Pineapple on pizza. No, just kidding.
No, I mean, this might be deep, but like, I don't know, like in sports, because that program that I'm applying to, obviously it leads to license, but for their program, you get to work with the teams there. It's a Division I school, and I want to work with the men's basketball team there. And for me, a strong belief I have, I guess, is like being successful, but it requires everything. And in today's world, you know, whether it be college or high school, like, you know, you're not just an athlete, you're whatever, like
You're
outside.
a social figure.
Yeah. But for just or like like student or whatever. But in my eyes, it's like you want to achieve your maximum every day. You want to hit your potential every day. And that requires being in the gym every day, doing your weights, going on the track, watching film.
Just putting in the effort to be better.
Every single day. You know, not just when you feel like it. And so for me, my strong belief is you should, like, if your goal is to do this, you should do it every day, not just when you feel like it. My belief is that if not, then what are you really doing? You're not achieving your full potential as like.
You have another factor. Like, you have something else that's motivating you at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so like I guess like a strong belief in me is like if you're not achieving that like ultimate goal, like, you know, whatever it is, like, because I envision myself like working with athletes, whether it be just a coach or just like assistant coach at a college or whatever. I'm gonna be pissed if like you're not putting in the work and then you're complaining.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be mad at, because I'm a firm believer like your focus should be this.
And you're responsible for your own actions.
Yeah.
Like if you're not getting enough minutes, maybe you should make more practices. You know
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
that's literally it. Like if you're not putting in the work, you don't complain. But I also, and then that's the hard part because they're not just athletes.
They got other shit going on.
Yeah,
they
and
gotta
that's
keep up
the
good
that's the hard. That's
grades.
where I
Yeah.
gotta like censor myself. Like okay, they're human beings, man.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier. You just see them as this athlete. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I hope, man. I coach at a high level, like basketball. My job is to fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck how tired you are.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck. School. I don't give a fuck. This and this. Like you're
When
on
you're-
the team. Do your job.
And that's like when you're here, you're here.
Yeah, you're here, and that's the thing that contradicts this. Like I gotta have more empathy. Like I gotta understand. Like basketball is not just like they're good at it and they love it, but like they have other things to do.
Yeah. And for some, like, I kind of talked to it with Chase a little bit, but it's like you could almost like make like certain coaches make people hate a sport just because of how they were treated. You know what I mean?
And that's true.
So
Yeah.
like if you're so goal oriented that you're just pushing them every day, that you're like, no, you gotta do this. At a certain point, like that player might just be like, you know what, man? Like
Yeah,
it's
and that-
not worth it.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. Like I'm traditional. Like I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna cuss. Like for me, like I'm a firm believer. Like I want to make you hate your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like during conditioning, whatever it is. But it's not because I literally hate you. It's just later in the season, whatever it is, like conference tournament, whatever. Everything that I'm telling you now, pushing you, you're gonna be rewarded later.
Yeah.
That's the whole concept.
When you're in that fourth quarter or overtime,
when you're tired, like
you
that's why I'm
ran-
pushing you.
Yeah,
Like,
when you ran all those extra suicides at the end of practice, it's because you're still running when the other
Yeah.
team's jogging at the end of the game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
and that's it.
you
like,
reap benefits from the hard work that you put in.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. Like, I want to make sure like practice is hard. Like I'm gonna make you run. Like I'm going to get in your face. And that's the thing. Like I've told people, and it's like, and you're trying to be a counselor?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, like be where your 2 feet are at. But like I get what they're saying. But like if I do get the chance to coach like basketball, like at a college, like they're gonna be mentally fucking tough. I guarantee you
Gotta
that.
be.
Like they're not gonna take shit from no one.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna be really fucking tough mentally. Like I'm gonna get in their face. Like I'm gonna fucking trash talk. Like I'm gonna cuss at them. Be like, what the fuck are you thinking? Why would you take that shot? Like I'm gonna get in their face.
You can be real. Yeah.
Yeah, but I promise them, all this work we're putting in is gonna be rewarded. And
Yeah.
Like, it
it's
just
for
is.
something.
yeah, it's for something. Like I'm not just gonna beat around the bush. But it's also hard because this isn't the 60s and 70s where you can throw chairs, break your clipboard.
Yeah.
Because as a
you
coach,
get canceled, bro. You get fired.
yeah, and you have social media, and someone posts it, you may get fired or
Mhm.
some stuff like that. So that's the part where like I have to censor myself.
Got to find that balance.
Cause like for me, I want as a player, like, cause our coach Clayton would get on my ass sometimes,
Mhm.
but there's times where I wanted it. Like I wanted him to fucking yell at me. I wanted him to fucking cuss at me all the time. Like I wanted him to be hard. Like I don't care. Like if you hurt my feelings, like just be hard. Because if you be hard on me, it's gonna be easier in the game.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna fucking
Nobody's
get on
gonna
my
be yelling at
yeah,
you.
no one's gonna
Yeah.
fucking degrade me as a person or whatever. Like I'm not saying he did that,
Yeah.
but like shit, if you do that, I can get through anything in the fourth quarter. I can do anything in the game. I can get through anything. Because if you're pushing me hard in practice, it's gonna be so much easier in the
It's
game.
like that hardened warrior like base. You know what I mean? Like you go through all this shit in practice just so that in games it doesn't feel like shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want your practices to be harder.
It's like a tolerance. It's like you gain a tolerance for all these outlying factors that like you said, mentally tough. Like when you're at an away game and the crowd's going nuts and you got to hit 2 free throws to win the game and everybody's like got this chant going about you and
Oh yeah.
but in practice like and for instance, in our scenario, like he would make us all make noise and like yell while while we were shooting free throws, you know.
Yeah.
And then so when it got to game time,
It
like
helps. Yeah.
teams even ended up being super quiet to try and phase us, because when they would be loud, we would make them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it all ties back to that, just being kind of like adapting. You know what I mean? Battle tested. Like you went through this battle, you learned this. It's like a video game. Like every battle you do, like you build XP experience.
Oh yeah, it
and
is
then,
like that. Yeah.
And then you could buy like a new shield, so that the next game you have that new shield, right? So you won't get hit by that same attack. You won't get affected by those same things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. How much time we got left? Well, how much we in?
Oh shit, we're at 1:40, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm not even kidding.
It feels like it's been 20 minutes.
I know it's going on. Yeah, it's 5:50.
Should we make it to like 150 or 145 or 2?
Yeah, we could get like a closing
Closing 145.
statement in or whatever.
That was fast.
Yeah, dude. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. You know
It
what
might
I
have
mean?
been the line.
Well, it just goes back to what I said at the beginning of the podcast, dude. We've been like childhood friends. Like
That's
we've
true.
been friends since fucking kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
now we're fucking 23, 24
Yeah,
next
20,
week.
about to be 24. You know what I'm saying? You got any exciting plans for being down for your break?
Oh, dude, I'm going to Cali Tuesday.
Hell yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I'm going
Nice.
to Cali Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
What are you gonna go do?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm going with
yeah.
my sister. She got me my ticket.
That's fucking
She
awesome.
got my rental car.
Hell yeah,
No idea what the fuck we're doing.
you're just going.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
going.
the best kind of trip, man.
Like, I don't even know what time we're leaving.
Because you don't have anything to like necessarily look forward to. You know what I mean? Everything you do is just gonna be like, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like I specifically told her, I was like, I'm not gonna call you till like tomorrow.
It's like this podcast. We haven't been able to talk to each other since
Yeah.
you got here.
Yeah, so it's been, but literally just Cali. I'm helping at Hanson, just coaching.
Hell yeah.
And then just relax, to be honest.
Yeah, just chill
Literally.
for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
really
not
take
gonna-
a break.
Yeah, I'm not like focused so much. I'll probably read the Bible a little bit, pray a little bit. Cali, coach. That's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good life to be living. You know what I'm saying? Looks
Yeah,
like,
it's just for like 4 weeks too.
yeah, it looks like you're in a good spot in life. Love to see my friends doing well for themselves, and
Definitely.
you're one of the ones that, you know, I see you doing good stuff all the time. I'm just like, fuck, man. Glad I know that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
That
man.
means a lot.
Anytime, yeah, bro. Because coming from where we come from, you know, 16 kids in our graduating class, like we built a friendship that I think it's gonna be wow.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's a
mean?
cool thing. Like, it's been so long, but it's gonna be more longer. Like,
Yeah, and like we don't see each other every day. You know what I'm
No.
saying? We see each other maybe like 2-3 times a year almost.
yeah,
so-
summer and winter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's always nice to catch up with you. You know.
Yeah,
what
it was
I mean?
nice catching up. It was
We-
cool to talk because, like you said, an hour 40. We're probably 40, an hour 45 now.
49, I think.
49. You said
Oh, no,
40?
45 a second, man.
Yeah, but it's crazy. But yeah, it was good talking.
Yeah, man. Well, I think with that, we'll close out the pod. Thank you guys for listening. This has been a real, you know, you got me sauced up on the wine, got into my feelings a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, I love wine too.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know,
Yeah.
I love wine.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I'd rather have a wine than like
Beer.
like a Corona.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That Modelo.
Oh, Modelo.
Yeah.
I like Modelo. Yeah, actually, never mind. I like Modelo. But like Budweiser, Bud Light,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Modelo and wine.
That's hilarious. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure and check out all the other episodes if you haven't yet. If you're new here, I appreciate all the